What's up, everybody? We are Cinema 3D, and today we're going to be starting a top 5 extravaganza where we pick 5 categories and name our 5 favorite choices of those categories in a 5-part series. Today we're going to be kicking it off with our 5 favorite horror films. All right, so we're going to get right into this. Get Out.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, guys. No, we're gonna go into the horror category.
well, I thought that's the movie you picked.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Talk about misleading.
Yeah, I'm a misleading
That was
person.
tricky.
So my number 5 pick in horror is Jordan Peele's Get Out. Sorry, I misled you guys on the misleading. That's my
I think
bad.
you misled yourself.
Double whammy.
Freaking awesome. Okay.
So yeah, that's kicking off. Great modern horror film.
First film.
What a great.
First film in there. Checks, and his first film.
His first film.
Yes, not just the first one I said.
First film.
We're getting a good start.
Yes, going strong.
Yeah, love Key and Peele being one of my favorite comedy series. It's always nice when you have an artist or actor or anything you see branch out and you see them do it successfully.
Absolutely.
That's always a really good feeling, and he knocked it out of the park with that, making what I believe to be one of the best horror films probably ever made. Definitely of modern times being one of the best.
Yes.
Have you seen the alternate ending?
I know what the alternate ending is, and I think it would have
It's not as good.
I think it
Ooh, I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I think
see?
it would have
It completely. Well, I'll let you say what you're gonna say, and then I'll spoil it.
I think his original ending would have maybe made a little bit more impact as to a message of the film. And I know he backed out of it because he didn't want it to be too controversial. But I do think the original ending would have given it a little bit more gravitas as an ending to the film. I'll let you explain to John what it is.
I know the gist of it because I've only seen it a couple times, but I think the original ending was more cliche, which is why I appreciate the current ending, because
We don't want to reveal it, actually, if anyone hasn't seen it.
Yeah. But what happens in the film currently, it's just the exact opposite ending. So do with that what you will. See it, and maybe you can tell me off the pod what you think about it.
Absolutely.
I think the way it ends right now is definitely the good choice.
Both are great.
Yeah.
I think that it depends on how you want to leave the audience.
Yeah, it leaves you with different feelings, and the way that the actual film ends, I appreciate more. Having seen a lot of horror movies that have
go that
a
route.
very similar plot line, and they always end the same way. And this one,
Absolutely.
like, he wanted to do something different, and I really appreciate that.
And he's the sound of the deer. And the deer noise in the film is Jordan Peele. There's
Nice.
like a noise in the film, and
That's wild.
that's how wild.
I would not have known that.
I would
Yeah.
not know that either.
It's great.
Raise pick.
Pulled out my drawstring for some reason. So.
Yeah, sometimes you need it. So, Justin, I really want to know what your number 5 is.
These were all a little bit difficult to make, all these categories.
Of course they were. He always overcomplicates.
Because I want to show appreciation for so many horror films, because I feel like horror is a genre that's so shunned.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I had to pick 5. So starting off at 5, a film that left an impact on me, and I have rewatched many times. Best in the franchise by far, Saw.
Okay.
Okay.
James Wan directed it. It's like such a down-to-earth horror film. Very tight, like tightly edited, tightly shot, and most of it is in one room. Which I love, because a lot of people try to do that and it doesn't go well.
Yeah.
But this one, there's so many twists and turns you don't see coming the first time view, and I just love it. The main theme is phenomenal, the acting is great, and the horror aspects in it, it's not relying on jump scares too much.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a smart film, and I love that. So
And classic horror. Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously the rest of the franchise just goes full send with torture porn. This one is like the cleanest Saw, but the best Saw.
it leaves it to your imagination a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tobin Bell.
Oh yeah, iconic.
John?
Okay. All right, boys.
You gonna beat us? Get out and Saw. What do you got?
I got you. My number 5 for top 5 horror is Candyman, the original.
Never seen that.
See, I thought about that one, but I've only seen it once, and I want to watch it again.
Oh, I've seen it at least 2-3 times.
It was,
Man,
it was good. Though.
It is.
How did we never that
awesome.
work into one of our October watches?
There was just a
Your
lot
guess
of
is as
other
good as
films.
mine.
There was a lot
Yeah,
of other
exactly.
films too.
Exactly.
Like,
We will have you watch it.
Yeah.
It is a great horror film, great mystery as well. Candyman himself is iconic.
it was Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's iconic. It's so original and just very weird, but it's awesome.
Well, we
And,
wanna-
and it's shocking, and it's great, and the acting's great too. The music, the piano
yeah,
theme,
the theme, yeah.
Ellen's theme.
Do you know anything about it?
Is it Willy Wonka?
Give him like a quick, no spoiler, like what it
Okay, so
briefly is
the
about.
gist is this girl, this woman, she wants to research this legend of Candyman in the slums or the ghetto area, this ghetto area of this city, and so she interviews all these people and finds the and unlocks the legend of Candyman, and the actual Candyman appears, and and he grows strong from people when people start bringing him up, and the legend, his legend lives on, and that's what
wow.
he feeds on that. It's great, man.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Love
It is, but in
Yeah.
a different way. It's not like I don't know. You gotta watch it. If anyone hasn't watched Candyman, please do.
Well,
And
yeah.
the newest film,
I didn't
produced
see
by
that
Jordan, produced by Jordan Peele. I thought I watched it with you.
No, we were going to, but then you ended up watching on your own because I couldn't.
Crap.
But it looked great, and from what you said, it seems like a very worthy sequel.
No, it is definitely a worthy sequel. The newest Candyman is great. Before watching the newest Candyman, please watch the original and then go into that one. I think they're two great horror films. But the original will always be the best original Candyman.
It's from what I remember, trying not to spoil it. It's got a lot of stuff in there that has happened in real life with with like candy.
With candy?
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, man.
And it's really like freaky to watch it when you see it on screen because it's gruesome.
We might need to actually watch that all together.
That's awesome.
The first one, and then the sequel. I think that'd be a refresh for you, honestly. You'd be like, "Wow, this is fresh." Both films.
Absolutely.
So
Love. We got a new one right off the bat. That's awesome.
look at that.
Candyland.
We'll watch Candyman while playing Candyland.
Oh, that would be a twist.
Can we have candy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And,
I'd be cautious though.
So, yeah, that's true.
So 3 films so far that are all great horror films,
Yes.
but just great films in general.
Great films in general.
And those
Absolutely.
are
All
the best
three.
horror films.
They are the best horror films. Yes, when it's not just
I don't know why we're picking.
wow, but ooh, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
See that?
Problem. People
Nice.
think horror and they think jump scares.
Yeah, no,
That's
absolutely.
what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like you don't think of. I don't know. It's probably not thinking the best thing, but you don't think of a drama movie and like the entire movie someone's crying.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, it's like
There
why
has
do
to be
you
more to
think
it.
why do you think jump scare is just what horror is? It's like no,
And you'll find from my list the jump scare horror film. It's not
probably
here.
not there.
No, it's just not there.
And
nice.
same here. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 thrown in, but it works. It's there for a purpose. It's not just there the entire movie. So
Yeah. Number 4 kind of even like rides the kind of line between thriller horror. But I hate that this movie's at number 4 because if I was doing just strictly like spooky season horror type movies, so much higher. Probably one of my most watched actually ever since you introduced me to this movie. Did you introduce me to? Yes, you introduced me to all 5 movies on this, except well, you introduced me to one of them.
Oh,
But
I don't know what he's talking about now.
we'll see. Misery. Love that movie.
Very
Watched it
nice.
so many times since we
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Since we originally oh man, you just reminded me of, it's okay, it wouldn't have made it anyway. But Misery is just phenomenal. So entertaining.
Absolutely.
Rewatch is great because you forget about all the small details that occur in the movie. If you guys like movies that take place in a room, watch Misery.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenally.
That Misery is the prequel to Elf.
That's real.
Because he's a writer, and he's a book writer in Elf.
No,
That's what I'm saying. See,
No,
it makes sense, bro. Like,
this guy.
And then he had a son.
yeah.
They had a son.
And there's a slight limp in Elf. I'm just saying.
I think he's right. I might have to start watching these movies together.
We got a conspiracy.
No,
here.
Elf is a sequel.
Yeah, Elf was a sequel,
Could have been on the list.
and it's horror straight to comedy. It works.
I mean,
He's right,
Will Ferrell's pretty creepy.
Yeah, sometimes.
But regardless, I agree. Misery is a great film,
Absolutely.
and
Very nice.
I don't care that it's more of a thriller, because if you look at my top 5, they're all most likely more of a thriller or suspense.
Yeah, if they got the horror element, we're throwing it in.
Yeah.
Basically.
Absolutely.
So you're number 4.
Number 4. This is the one out of all of my 5 that I've watched the least. I've actually only seen it once. That just shows how good it was, because it left a lasting impact on me. I can't really describe a lot of stuff that happened, much other than Jeff Goldblum is phenomenal in The Fly.
Oh man, wow.
Dude.
I know. I'll watch that once as well.
I can't remember specific details, but I just remember being blown away right after we finished that film. We watched it all together. I think that was during our Horror Fest season. Which sounds amazing to just say out loud.
That was great.
2019 or 2020. But yeah, The Fly, man, that movie was like sad and just so emotionally like taxing. And you just see the fall of a man. Like that's the description of the movie right there.
Absolutely.
Always great to see Goldblum in a leading role as well.
Yeah.
He does great supporting characters, but he can carry a film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. He was born to play it.
No, absolutely.
He's just so because he's just so weird.
He was born to be the Fly.
Yeah, literally.
Fun facts about that movie as well. I recently watched Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
Because why not?
because why not? And a very famous character in Ninja Turtles is Baxter Stockman, who is a scientist who turns into a fly. So I never caught this until I watched it a couple weeks ago. When they used that character, they made him Goldblum in Batman vs. Ninja Turtles. That's the only time they ever did that.
Like it's not Goldblum act or voice acting. It's just
just the
made
guy's
it.
doing Goldblum, and it was phenomenal.
That's
When I finally saw it, because the character was 100% a ripoff
Yeah.
on the fly, but he's like, they never announced it, and then all of a sudden you come to this one, he's like, turtles.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
Only a select few would get that reference.
absolutely.
shows
Really happy
legend.
to see that.
So it's a legendary movie.
Yeah.
I think that was David Cronenberg, right?
Yes, it was.
I think
Wow,
that's
I didn't know
probably
that.
the only film I've seen by him.
Yeah.
Which
We
is
gotta watch more of that.
sad, but also that's probably, I don't know his other films, but I would assume that's probably the best entryway film.
Yes, I would agree with that.
But yeah, number 4 for me is The Fly.
Number 4 is A Fly. And John, what do we got?
Okay.
He's struggling to get back into his Yo, you forgot your password last time.
I didn't forget it. I just typed it wrong.
So now he's got to find his password to get into his computer No, he's got it on his phone.
Just say it on the video, so if you ever forget, you can watch the video. And
Oh,
then-
okay. Yeah.
We'll clip it.
I got you. Okay. Number 4, gentlemen, is a film.
I'm shocked.
I thought it was a cartoon.
It is Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh. I didn't even think about that being horror.
Bro,
That-
I forgot about that movie.
That film just sticks with you. It's theater of the mind, where you don't see a whole lot, but what's said is like, holy crap. Anthony Hopkins as Dr. Hannibal the Cannibal Lecter, is that's why he won an Oscar for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was going to see if he won an
Yeah,
Oscar.
absolutely he did, and rightfully so. Phenomenal acting by him, so iconic. And Jodie Foster, everybody in the film is just awesome. It's just so eerie, and it's so good. Like if you guys haven't watched it, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Watch The Silence of the Lambs. It's so good.
And it won Best Picture.
And it won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, did it?
Yeah, beat out
I thought.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, but then that's what created the best animated feature.
Yes.
That's what we talked about on
Yep. Disney one.
the Disney one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
The lotion in the bag.
Alrighty, so number 3 for me is a film that you showed me and Justin,
Hmm.
and
That's probably how all of them are going to be.
Probably.
I don't even want to say anything else about this film.
Okay.
From Dusk Till Dawn. We'll
Wow.
just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
Watch this movie.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I watched it maybe.
You brought it up, bro.
That's awesome.
This was. I remember vividly, man. I remember that night like it was yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Like-
fantastic.
I tried to get these mofos to actually watch it, and they were
Bro,
hesitant. Like, I don't know.
I don't know what other movie we were pitching, but we also wanted to watch that other one.
Yeah.
And then he got mad at us. And then we were like, no, let's watch From Dusk Till Dawn. Like, we're fine. We just wanted to watch the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we watched it. And yet again, we had to pat him on the back. We were like, this is probably the movie that we most defied,
Yeah,
that we most loved.
and I watched it 2 more times probably in the last few weeks after
Oh, wow.
after you showed me it.
That's awesome.
Showed other people it.
But, like, the thing is, like, we didn't want to watch it because the name does not do it justice.
The name does not do it justice.
And
That's what's great.
what the synopsis, which I haven't read, I assume also doesn't do it justice, because
No.
this is one of those films that you don't know what's going to happen.
You just gotta
You just gotta watch it.
And what's great is though, if you can just put it on and watch it, you are hooked after the intro. You are
George
in the
Clooney himself hooks you.
I mean, George Clooney is just like one of those. I think he's one of those actors that any movie he's in, it does not matter. He is beyond entertaining.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, come on, even Batman and Robin.
Cha-ching.
There are moments, yes.
There are moments where he's entertaining in that film.
Everybody be cool.
Um,
Be cool.
Oh yeah, that shot's a
Yeah.
classic. It feels classic,
Absolutely.
even without knowing that the movie is classic. And then when you dig some little bit deeper into it, it's like, oh, it's got a massive cult following.
One of Robert Rodriguez's best films, and that's the first time I had you guys watch by Robert Rodriguez, and it will not be the
Oh,
last.
yeah.
Because the next one we gotta watch of
Did you do
his.
Spy Kids though?
He did, yeah. I mean, all right, fine. You've seen that, yes. The other film that was done before this was Desperado,
Mhm.
with Antonio Banderas. We will be watching that as well.
Absolutely.
That is an awesome action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
one
fantastic.
side note,
Okay.
I saw something on the internet, like I'm
on
TikTok.
on the interweb.
I saw it on the World Wide Web. I think it was on TikTok. It was someone. They actually showed a clip from Dusk Till Dawn, and it was a bar, right? It was in the bar, and he was just talking to Tarantino's character,
Mhm.
and like I didn't notice it while we were watching, but the caption was like, "Why does Clooney always do this in every movie?" So I had to watch it,
Uh-huh.
and I watched it, and then they start laughing, and he's saying some line, and he just like does
Oh
this
no,
little,
his
little head bob.
He is a bobblehead.
like, and then I went on YouTube and I searched George Clooney bobblehead.
No.
Almost every movie he's in,
Did
he's
we
like,
talk about this? Because
we probably did,
Okay.
because like maybe that's what spawned the TikTok because my phone's listening to me. Like, as I saw that, I started dying, dude, because every movie he's in, he does this weird.
No, it's just he can't keep it still.
No, I mean, there's like a whole section in Batman and Robin where he just does this for no reason, and it killed us.
Never leave the cave without it.
Yeah, that one.
No,
scene
no,
where,
no. The cowl allows him to not pop. But instead of
That's why I
his
did not
head,
like the movie.
exactly. But instead of his head, his whole torso
Yeah.
starts going like this.
Why is Clooney's acting off? Well, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Can move my head.
Wow. I can't believe you're gonna bring that up.
that's
That's
funny,
hilarious.
Yeah. That was a
brilliant.
great third pick.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And do you have a great third pick? Out of curiosity.
I do have a great. I wish it was at 2,
Oh.
but I feel like I had to put it at 3 because 2 and 1 are better.
Makes sense.
But makes sense. But 3, I actually talked about it yesterday when we went to lunch.
Ooh.
It is probably it's the third best one. This one blew me away at how scary it was without feeling like it was trying to be scary. It's so scary, but it's done in a like classic masterful sense. And it is Sinister. You have not seen this. But this is the one horror movie. Obviously there's 2 more above it that I feel the same way about, but this is the one horror movie that I can just watch as a regular movie. There are some scenes that will still freak me out every single time I watch it, but it is just such a good movie that I sometimes don't even consider it a horror movie because it's just got such a good story. It's got great acting, great drama, great plot, visuals, like everything.
I think I have seen it.
I don't remember if we watched it, but it's
I'm
got
gonna-
Ethan Hawke in it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait. He's looking at the.
Super 8 film.
Yeah, I've watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah. Really good movie.
What is that?
Oh, I said it already.
You said it right?
Yeah. He's been, this whole time. I was wondering why he was moving. This whole time he's like, oh.
Bro, I've been so I've been so invested with the suspense. I'm like, what is this guy?
It's like Stewie and Griffin. I just said his first and last name. It's like Stewie and Brian talking. He's like, huh? You gonna say? Huh?
I know. What? Wow.
Oh,
Damn,
Sinister.
I missed that.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, man. I mean, he is just a great actor, but the movie itself is just so good and terrifying at the same time.
That's true.
Bagul,
Yeah.
all I can think about
Iconic.
every time I watch it after that, I go to bed and I dream about the pool sequence, and I do not want to be dreaming about that. So,
Or even just the shot, the out of focus shot. Well, no, it's in focus.
oh, the computer screen.
Yeah, the computer screen. Oh man, that's
I want to
spooky.
watch this again. We watch it during Horror Fest.
It is a great movie. The more you watch it, the more you love it. And I know that's can be said with a lot of movies, but it's just because the first time you watch it, it's not your typical horror movie.
There's even one scene where it's an argument between Ethan Hawke and his wife, and it's like a
That's
scene
like-
out of a drama. It's beautifully
Top
acted and
5
shot.
like couple argument scenes
Yeah.
ever made.
You feel it so good.
Sinister,
pick.
number 3, Sinister for me.
Wow.
That rhymed.
I like it.
Jinx.
Okay. My number 3 for my top 5 horror. It's a film that a certain director did that needed to a certain director did that he needed to do because the one film really got him to question if filmmaking is what he wants to do or what he should do. And my goodness, if this is the film that you come off of from another film that you had a horrible experience on, and you do this, that's impressive. And it's one of the most iconic films of the 90s. It is shocking and beautifully done.
Oh, I thought that was the name.
I'm talking about 1995's Seven.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Man, there could have been like 5 different ways you were
Yeah.
going.
That's crazy.
That film is pretty much perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's theater of the mind. You don't see everything that the
No.
killer has done or committed, as far as these crimes, but the ideas, the explanations of what happened with the 7 deadly sins that this killer is committing, it is bone chilling. And the ending is one of the best twists ever, and one of the best just climaxes. It's like, what, it will leave your jaw down on the ground,
Absolutely.
and it's just acted so beautifully. I don't want to give anything else away. Please do yourself a favor and watch David Fincher's Seven from 1995.
Gosh, that's the only Fincher film I've seen. That's wrong.
You gotta watch Gone Girl next too.
Gone Girl.
Yeah.
I just watched Gone Girl this week.
And
Really?
Fantastic. It was incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
it's
I still haven't seen it.
so
I own it. It's right there.
Talk about
he owns it, but yeah, he hasn't seen it.
talk about a movie that you would be absolutely fine if it just kept going.
Yep.
It's just, I mean, once
That's
it's
a
on,
great
you are
feeling.
just, yeah, no, it is.
Gotta watch.
Wasn't what I expected it to be at all.
Nope.
Either. It took a turn.
Yeah,
Was-
it?
I've heard she's great, but I've heard a lot of people say Affleck is like just amazing.
No, he is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, he's always amazing.
Oh,
I know literally nothing about that movie.
Oh,
so-
that's fantastic.
You gotta watch it. I'd be down to watch it again if we wanted to ever throw it in. It was just-
Absolutely.
it was so
I mean, I own it.
You do own it.
It's right there.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Purchase.
It's actually a
Yeah,
special
Second
one.
tier film.
Oh,
So
man.
that's
Should we
that
be
wasn't
giving,
the pick.
Should we be giving ratings for each of these?
No, we'll do another. It's too late.
What about our top one?
Yeah, we'll give it top one.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's probably going to end up
Oh,
being
you're
what
gonna
we
make-
all think, but
And you're gonna make me officialize something.
Congratulations.
yeah, it's okay. I want you to be under pressure for once because you're always the most relaxed in these podcasts.
Fine.
Ain't none of that.
We need this. You just vibe with good old H2O agua.
You do. Brave man.
So number 2, this one I do not consider a horror film.
And that is
That's how you lead into it?
Yes, it's definitely more of a thriller,
Oh, that's a horror film to me.
but heavy horror influence in it. Yeah.
Oh?
This is the first blockbuster. Jaws.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was hard for me to put it in there just because when you initially do think horror, you do think more along the lines of
I mean,
kind of
it is.
spooky. No, we looked it up, and
Yeah.
that's what justified it for me is that horror was
Great
among
pick.
the genres listed. But definitely one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
In the top 50, which sounds
Easily.
low, but that's not low at all.
Nope. Nope.
to break that
Spielberg, just young Spielberg,
young Spielberg.
taking,
Bro,
taking a
It's
chance on this.
1975, man.
I thought it was 76.
75.
This is June 75.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And John Williams, I forgot about that.
Set off that kind of
We gotta-
like ripple effect of incredible films of the mid to late 70s.
We gotta
Jaws,
watch.
Rocky, Star Wars.
Absolutely. We gotta watch that
Superman.
movie again, man.
Yo, do you know how much the budget was?
No.
It definitely went over budget. I'll tell you that. It went over
Was it
budget.
Brucey Boy?
Well, no, what that, but it was just all the water stuff was challenging. Everything being on a different location,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It went over budget, and
Yeah.
and if it didn't do well, I don't think Spielberg would be Spielberg that we know him today.
Yeah, but
It says-
one of the greatest films ever made. He did it.
It says the budget was estimated to be 4 million, but they ended up spending 9. But even
Still-
9.
Still,
I know nothing.
9 million.
I mean,
9 million was still pretty.
The original
bad.
Halloween
Yeah.
was what, 1 million?
No, it was 300,000 technically.
Wow.
Technically.
What? I mean,
That's
even with
insane.
inflation, that's still
Yeah.
unheard of.
Yeah,
Technically,
absolutely.
it was. Yeah. No, that's a great choice, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal movie.
I didn't. I thought you were picking a different one, but you know.
So over to your number 2.
My number 2. Yeah, we're good. My number 2 has 3 phenomenal actors in it.
Oh.
2 main stars.
Oh.
One shows up later.
I think I know.
Great, horrifying film, also done in a classical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Great story. Great reason behind making this film. Only film I've seen from this director. And that is 7.
Oh, there we go.
I had to mislead you because he
Oh, you
just
did
said
it
it,
to me.
but
He did just say it. Yeah.
But-
Immediately.
I don't have to say any more. I mean, you said it all. That movie, I mean, I I don't remember. Did you show me that first? Yeah, he showed me it.
Mm-hmm.
I told Griffin he needs to watch it. We showed you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told probably at least 2-3 other people they need to go watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it is just that good of a horror movie.
Dude, I watched the sloth
thriller.
I watched the sloth scene again actually 2 days ago.
That
I
is-
just leave it at that.
That's like, that's what the Saw sequels wish they could be.
Yep,
Like,
absolutely.
that's just what it is. Like, Saw is different than 7, but the Saw sequels want to be 7.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
7 is just unbeatable.
Oh,
That's awesome.
easily.
And it's got a lot of biblical allegories
Oh yeah.
that are great to see and also horrifying to see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, wow, this is what could actually happen. And it feels so real.
I know.
And like, he's like, I hope I never have to even witness or think about this in real life.
I gotta
hope
watch.
it stays in a film sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I gotta
Happens. Like,
Well, I mean, David Fincher did do the Zodiac.
I know.
Years
I need to watch
later,
that
and
movie
that's
too,
Pretty
man.
much
I've heard
like
that, I
7,
haven't
that
seen
type of thing.
that's like 7?
It's kind of like
No, it's about
killer,
the
yeah.
Zodiac killer.
The Zodiac killer.
Mark Ruffalo, Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh,
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
I just thought it was. I didn't know it was about the Zodiac killer. I thought
Mhm.
it was called Zodiac.
No, it's a movie that's again one of those high on my watch list that I haven't seen, and
that
it's a
was
shame
Fincher?
that I haven't.
I'm telling you.
Is this dude a legend?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
What else has he directed that I don't know about?
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo films, which I
Mm.
heard were actually really good, based on the novel.
Obviously, Gone Girl.
Gone Girl, Zodiac. Alien 3, which is his first,
Wow.
his directorial debut, which
That's probably
That's-
a different film for him.
it is, but that's a whole different controversy because you have the assembly cuts and all this type of stuff because his vision was tampered with way back in the day,
Mhm.
and it wasn't done well. But also, I wasn't treated well. But the main one was Fight Club.
Oh yeah,
Fight Club's amazing.
haven't seen it.
We are gonna watch that. It's gonna blow
Yeah,
your mind.
that is one of those. How do I have a film YouTube channel? I haven't seen Fight Club though.
Yep.
I mean, that's like one of those almost
You-
like.
No, I know, but it's great because when we do, that's another.
We're gonna talk about it.
easily,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So there we
He
go.
also did The Social Network, which I've heard is a phenomenal movie.
Yes.
Also want to see Social. Man, this guy.
One of the first ones that used the first Red camera, the Red one, as well. He's a
Social Network?
yeah, he's a lover of the he's been a lover of the Red cameras ever since the first one came out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if there's anything else we're missing, but I doubt it. He's got the new movie, The Killer, coming out this year.
Mm.
That's actually is that a Netflix
He
original?
created House of Cards as well.
Oh, he did.
Even though there's been some controversy with
Mhm.
Spacey and whatnot, but
Oh,
that was a really good show apparently.
Oh,
wow.
Rave reviews.
came
No,
out?
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it already came out. Oh.
So
Oh.
that was your number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know
Yep.
your numbers.
That's what I'm saying. Once we get to honorable mentions, he's gonna talk.
Okay. My number 2 is a film that was needed in a certain decade
Hmm.
because the horror genre was obviously stale and
Mhm.
plummeting from all these different franchises that were unfortunately run their course from the 80s and
So it's
late
not the
90s.
80s.
Late
So it's not
90s.
The 80s and 90s. It's the 2000s.
Close, but no cigar.
Oh man.
It is 1996's Scream.
Oh wow. There
Wow.
we go. We should have known.
Forgot
We
about that
definitely
one.
should have known that.
A satire on horror,
Mhm.
particularly a satire on the slasher film genre.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite genre of horror.
Mhm.
It's
And
most fun for sure.
it's the most fun. There are terrifying parts too. It's fun. It's funny. It's satirical. It's so original and so well done. Like obviously we've seen so many satirical films from different genres now, but it was really one of the main ones that did it.
Mhm.
Airplane was one as well.
Absolutely.
But that was a different thing. This is poking fun at the horror genre in general, while also celebrating it. And it did reinvigorate the slasher genre.
Mhm.
And after that, we had more slasher films that got reinvigorated and whatnot.
Some definite irony
Yes. Yeah. Literally.
in the film. Yeah.
And Wes Craven, rest in peace, the master of horror himself. It has his fingerprints all over it, and it's tight, it's awesome, well acted, well shot. Suspense is great. There are funny moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good.
Very
It's
well-rounded film.
easily, and it's a film for film lovers as well. Especially
Absolutely.
horror fans too.
Yeah.
So
Film geeks.
film geeks, exactly.
Yep.
So 1996's Scream.
Awesome.
I got a
Amazing.
question.
Yes.
This might stump you,
Oh,
or you might have an easy answer.
okay. Hit me.
John Carpenter or Wes Craven? As far as horror goes.
Well, that's for John, right?
Yeah, for John. I just looked at you because my neck was kind of hurting.
Me being a rebel, especially since John Carpenter's a rebel as well. John Carpenter all the way, for sure.
Okay.
I love me some Wes Craven, but John Carpenter.
And Carpenter does do his own music too.
Yes,
Which is really cool because
it
like
is amazing.
when a director dabbles in other roles, it's awesome to see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just
Like Jordan Peele with the deer.
Well, if you're gonna go down that route, then Zack Snyder with his hand in all 3 movies,
Really?
DC movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's fun.
The BBS scene where he's talking with the KG Beast in the fight sequence. His hand is the one that picks up the phone.
That hand. Give him a hand.
Why you know that? I'll never know.
I
So,
don't even know how I know that, but I know it.
internet.
Yeah.
Good old Google.
So, number 1.
Ooh, so we gotta give our ratings on this one.
I'm gonna give my rating before I say the movie. How about that?
Sweet.
How about that? Number 1 is a movie that I don't even remember when I first watched it. I don't remember if it was all 3 of us or if it was just with you. I think it might have just been with you.
That leads me to believe I know what it is.
I think you know what it is.
I have no idea.
And this is going to be the first movie that we have ever said this on the channel. Oh, I get to do it. Isn't that fun?
Oh yeah. No,
I get to say it.
Oh, yeah.
This movie is Movie Magic. This is the first Movie Magic movie ever been mentioned on Cinema 3D.
Yo, John is so lost right now. I love it.
Absolutely.
Because Movie Magic being our highest rating system, we've explained it in a lot of videos. Go back and see that if you'd like to.
Do we want to explain it again?
Movie Magic is the highest rating. Is the highest
At the
rating.
bottom, never again.
Never Again.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Good flick. Blu-ray. Nope. In my collection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jeremy.
You forgot.
I was thinking of Jeremy Johns.
Jeremy John's goated.
Yes.
And then
Movie Magic.
number 1 is Movie Magic. This is a movie that is a personal favorite of yours. It means it's one of your favorite movies of all time. It means that it's nearly perfect in your eyes.
If someone walks up to you on the street and says, "What's your favorite movie?" This could be in contention for saying an answer.
Absolutely. And my favorite horror thriller movie of all time, introduced to me by one of you two. I think it was Justin. The Shining.
Yes. Yes, that was definitely me.
Yep.
I think
Definitely.
one John
I think-
introduced to you, he's gonna say next, but
I think you. Yeah, no, I think we just watched that and then we watched it again with John.
yeah.
Obviously, you had already seen it. You had already seen it, but
Oh,
it's been my most watched horror movie, hands down. Like
Yeah,
it's
nice.
it never get tired of it. Perfect.
So
It's a
good.
perfect movie.
Yeah.
I have nothing to no negative of that film.
Yeah.
It's probably we got to do our top movies of all time, but it's nearing that. Whatever the Movie Magic cutoff is, it's in the top 15.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll spoil it right now. It's in my top 10.
There you go.
Oh, shoot. Oh.
Is it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2,
All the other numbers we don't know.
4? The rest of the numbers. Is it one of those? It is.
It is.
Wow.
Wow.
So then, what's your favorite horror movie?
What's my favorite horror movie? That's a great question.
Nice lead in.
Yeah.
So my favorite horror movie just so happens to also be Movie Magic.
Oh.
I wonder what it is.
It is the best horror movie of all time.
I almost did a spit take, but I won't do the electronics.
Thank you.
I know, that's your brand new mic right there.
Yeah.
So this movie, I can't. It's The Shining.
The Shining.
It's like, it's. I introduced you to it,
You did.
and you didn't really. You didn't, and you don't necessarily go to the horror genre as your first pick for a genre.
No.
So if I'm introducing you to one, I'm introducing you to the best of the best. That's why I picked The Shining. Jack Nicholson, Stanley Kubrick. I don't even know her name, but she's
Shelley
great.
Duvall.
Yep.
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall.
Also seen in Popeye.
Yeah, I think of her as olive oil first, but I don't know.
Oh, what's his name?
Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey. Isn't he? He's in the Aristocats as well.
I can look it up.
Wow.
Scatman?
His name's actually Scatman. Scatman. Scatman Crothers and Danny Lloyd.
And Danny Lloyd.
Yeah, that's weird.
And Ewan McGregor.
No. Guys. Speaking of that,
We're looking at sea otters.
Bro, that has got to be the best actor scene I've ever seen, because he's like, we're looking at sea otters.
Look at that ski otters. He's so.
As he has the high ground.
Yo, that is Sam. Like, that is the most Sam.
Anywhere we go.
To a T.
We're looking at sea otters.
We're looking at sea otters.
We're at Disney. We're looking at Mickey.
Oh, don't tease me with that.
Anyway, that is weird. Oh, speaking of that, Doctor Sleep. I've only seen that once. I only seen that in the theaters. I bought that movie on 4K Blu-ray, mind you, because
has not watched it.
I know. And the director's cut is, I think, like 20 or 30 minutes longer.
Oh.
I need to watch that director's cut.
I want to rewatch it.
Well, get on it, son.
I was way too harsh on the theatrical cut because of how much I was expecting it to be The Shining. I shouldn't have done that. Looking back now, I love Doctor Sleep. And I cannot wait to see the director's cut, because I heard it obviously got more story in it, connecting it to The Shining. And I started reading The Shining's book. I think after Doctor Sleep. I didn't make it far because it's freaking long, but some of the stuff in there just makes me so intrigued to finish the book, rewatch The Shining, go straight into Doctor Sleep director's cut, because I don't know. It's only two
No, it sounds
films.
like a big.
I look like Trump
big
right
epic
now, but
story.
like
That's a video.
Glorious films.
Dude,
Big films.
glorious films. Like,
Hey, there's a podcast. I mean, well, actually not podcast, a review for you.
Doctor Sleep director's cut.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna dude. I love The Shining. As I've mentioned many a time before in person and on the pod, my dad let me watch two films on TV. It was Rocky Balboa. No, not Rocky Balboa.
Just
Rocky and The Shining.
Yep.
Granted,
And nothing
it was
else.
TV cut. It was a TV cut, so all the crazy stuff was cut out. But like, still, The Shining itself is just, for a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, that's wild. So
Absolutely.
I've loved The Shining. Best horror film. It's got one of the coolest / best sequels of a horror film. Legacy
go.
sequel.
Legacy sequel.
With none other than Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, that's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I wish in the movie he was like, we're looking at sea otters, Daddy.
I think I sent you that meme. And it just kills me every time, man. Because it is you.
What? The sea otter?
Not the sea otter. The freak.
Oh, the Ewing.
Oh, by the way, tell me why. Ain't nothing. Tell me why The Shining feels like a 2-hour film, and it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Oh, it flies by.
Yes,
Another movie that it could keep going, and I would be perfectly
I
fine.
wish it did, man.
Yeah,
I want to know
I
what
mean-
happened. I don't know how many times I've looked. Every time I watch the movie, I'm like, what does the picture mean?
What does the picture mean? That'd be a great episode as well, because I have a theory on the picture.
I have a theory on the picture.
I don't.
All right, so get a theory.
There is
I'll be sure to pick one up.
there is so much stuff that is unsaid in The Shining that is so
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
And like, I don't know how the book does it, and all respect to Stephen King, he's a great book writer, but I do love the fact that Kubrick took his own liberties, because The Shining is goated.
Yeah.
It's the best horror film ever made, in my opinion.
Wow.
And there's still other great horror films. I'm not disrespecting any other horror film, but I will always go back to this one when someone asks me what's the best horror film.
As would I.
And it's 1980. Perfect year.
Filmed in '79.
Filmed 79. Almost came out in 79, but they waited for 80. I don't know why, but they did, and it's great. And that's why it was my favorite 80s film.
I know 2 other movies that did that exact same thing, and they're also 2 of the greatest movies ever made. That was a great year.
Damn, bro, you were invested with that statement.
You want to rap too?
Empire and Airplane.
Was Empire released in 80?
Empire was released in 80, but filmed in 79, as I believe Airplane is filmed in 79, released in 80.
Dude, 79, these directors were slapping.
So let's go.
You want to rap too? I'm still slapping. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Mine is actually in the 70s.
Oh.
It is an iconic
It is.
ass movie. No, it's not an ass movie.
It is an iconic.
It is an iconic movie. Okay, done by one of my favorite directors ever. No, but done by one of my favorite directors ever, and is in my favorite genre of horror, the slasher genre.
Yes.
It is 1978's John Carpenter's Halloween.
There it is.
Yes.
I watch this film every year, every Halloween,
As you should.
as I should. It is iconic. It's inspirational, meaning, well, not the content, but
Michael Myers.
it's not the content, but it's inspirational that he made this film on a super low budget. Was just like, I got a vision. I'm gonna do this. My name is gonna be on this, and creates probably one of the most iconic characters ever. on
Absolutely.
film.
Absolutely.
That is Michael Myers, or the Shape, the Boogeyman. And it's just a master.
How many other names does he have? The white-faced killer?
Fred.
Fred Flintstone, bro.
Why'd you say Flintstone?
Because when he says Fred, I think of I know, but like of Fred Flintstone.
Think of Freddy?
Freddy who?
Freddy
Krueger?
from Scooby-Doo.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, I don't know his last name though. Freddy Jones.
Ben.
I don't know.
No.
How did we get
Freddy-
here? Freddy Do?
No. They're not all due.
Wait.
It's like Shaggy Rogers, Freddy, Benson.
Scooby Doo.
This is
Last
great.
name.
Look at the rabbit hole we got in.
Oh, Fred Jones. Wow.
That's pretty generic. It's kind of disappointing. They're all last names too.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad you brought Halloween up because it's got one of the greatest scenes ever with the legend Donald Pleasance as Sam Loomis. Shot him 6 times.
I'm sorry, my friend.
Oh, it's in the wrong movie.
That's Halloween too.
It is.
Underrated.
No, but it's another
says,
one. Hey,
Underrated.
man, get your ass away from there. That's an interesting scene.
Yeah.
That's me scaring little kids on Halloween.
If I still live here in 40 years, that's gonna be me on my front lawn on Halloween night.
No,
Oh,
but
man.
it's amazing. It's Jamie Lee Curtis's introducing Jamie Lee Curtis. It's her first big film, and she became the Scream Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Side note: who was a Scream Queen?
Hamada.
Her mother. Exactly.
Oh,
Psycho.
Psycho?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Janet Leigh.
No, Curtis.
Tony Curtis is her father.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Janet Leigh Curtis. Anyways, sorry.
Yo,
But
you already you already said it. $325,000 US dollars budget. It made $70 million in the box office.
it was the most profitable independent film of all time. It got beaten by Blair Witch.
Oh, wow.
I am curious. You keep talking. I'm gonna do the percentage here.
What else can I say? Oh, I mean, it's amazing. The atmosphere, the camera work, John Carpenter's music, the theme, Michael Myers' theme is iconic, dude. Like, it's played everywhere on October. It's just beautiful and it's amazing. I just can't say more. It's so inspirational to me as a filmmaker because, like, it's low budget, but yet it looks big budget. But it wasn't. It's amazing. All the actors. Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis is iconic. Jamie Lee Curtis, The Shape, Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
So good, man.
We had like a long, technically Will Shatner, isn't he?
Yes, William Shatner's face.
We had a long run of watching that movie with you every October for like at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yo.
Yeah, it's can we get it
Wait.
back?
Let me do this. Let me do this one more time. But
Eating Twizzlers at night. Love me some Twizzlers.
it
What?
made. I might be doing this completely wrong, but I did it 5 times and checked the math.
Of course you did.
It made. That doesn't make any sense. It either made 215% or 2,150% of its budget.
So it made a lot more.
It made a lot more.
That's all you could have said.
In layman's
See,
terms,
I really wanted to figure it out.
It's Poindexter.
Man, that was crazy. 78. Gosh, dude.
One of the greatest
That
horror
movie,
films of all time.
it
Absolutely.
still looks so good. Dean Cundy.
Legendary director photography. Dean Cundy.
We should do like another top 5 extravaganza where we talk about DPs.
I don't feel like you guys can.
I can.
I mean,
Okay.
Dean
No,
Cundy.
I can't.
Oh.
Oh,
I know Dean Cundy. We
Yeah.
talked about him.
Yes.
I don't wanna,
I
like-
brush over his name.
well,
Who's the guy who did Jurassic Park?
If I name,
Dean Cundy.
There we go. That's why.
I wish he kept going. Who's the guy that did this? Dean Cundy.
That's
No, like
the only, hands down, the only.
we're probably not going to do it, but Dean Cundy, Wally Pfister, Hoyt Van Hoytema, Roger Deakins. I don't know.
Okay, so I heard of actually 3 of these people.
Yeah, like there's a lot of great DPs out there that I don't think get enough credit.
But the only DP that really comes to mind if someone said DP is,
Dean Cundy.
there you go.
And so, that being said, John Carpenter's Halloween is movie magic to me.
Absolutely. Wow, look at that.
Oh,
Two
of
movie
course.
magic movies mentioned on Cinema
Oh,
3D.
Okay. And Don Michael Burgess
Yes. What?
is. I had to think really quick because I didn't want this to be wrong, but I was looking up Robert Zemeckis, which I know is one of your most often favorite directors based
Right.
on the movies you like.
Yes.
That was a really long explanation, but his most frequented DP, his name is Don Michael Burgess, which I've never heard of, but that could be one that would have been your 5th.
I was thinking of what's his name from Rocky and Penguin.
Oh,
Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito from Rocky.
What do you mean?
Danny DeVito,
Burgess Meredith.
Burgess Meredith. Because
He's a DP?
no, I just heard urges.
Wow.
This did not happen. Yo, this is gonna be a long podcast.
This is a long podcast.
Yeah, we're already at
The first
we're at an hour and we've only done the first one.
See what that means? Part 2? I'm joking.
So that is our 5 favorite horror movies in the first episode of our, what are we calling it?
Top 5 extravaganza.
Top 5 extravaganza.
Part 1.
Really?
Part 1. Tune in for part 2, where we discuss our 5 favorite filmmakers.
Amen. Can't wait.
Cannot wait. And with that, we will see you guys next time.